But if you look at them, each one is painted different. So see, the eyes are a little different, and the stripes are a little different.
Wow.
And see how they have a scale? You know how they make that?
No.
You know when a lady gets married and she wears a veil? That's what that.
What?
They take a piece of the veil and they wrap the lure with the veil, and then they spray paint it.
Really?
So see, if you look, see how small that is? See how big those are?
Different veils.
See it?
Wow.
So that's why my husband wanted to collect these, because each one is different. So you never find two exactly the same.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Retro Bassin, kicking some ass and wearing rayon jackets. Thinking about Bill Dance, watching these fish prance through my Ray-Ban glasses. Ain't nothing better than 40-year-old lures coming off of Zepco 33. Out on the bass boat, making beer cans float, doing some trespassing. Fishing it old school, this old stuff rules. Welcome to Retro Bassin.
Lipless crankbait. Rebel racket shad.
That's crazy.
At one time I only had 7 of them. Now I've got probably 100 and something of them. I'll be right back because I need to get one extra thing for y'all.
What? You already got a free lure?
You guys didn't even make it into the show and you already got a free lure.
Yeah.
Who got the Rebel? Yeah, all right, you get that tadpoly. And you,
What?
and this is before we had fishing lures. We go cut a stick or a tree or a bamboo, not a bamboo, you use cane. See if I can get it open. And it had, we used
What the heck is that?
corks.
Yeah.
And an old stick. If you look, there's a stick in there.
Wow.
And we attached that into that cane pole. And there was no playing with them. You jerked it, and they hit back out here behind you, and you picked them up. You didn't play with them. But y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Man, that's awesome.
What?
What'd you get, Caroline?
And this is a whetstone to sharpen your hooks.
Holy smokes.
And this is real old crappie. We used to, they'd lay on the water like that. And whenever it stood up and went under, fish was on it.
Wow.
Welcome to Retro Bassin. One of my favorite parts about being a member of the National Fishing Lure Collectors Club, that's the NFLCC to you and me, are all of the great regional shows. Well, me and my 2 little Bassin buds just got to a regional show in Temple, Texas, and before we could even get out of the parking lot, they were already scoring some old school gold by some of the NFLCC members who were kind of unloading a few things on the way out the door. So today on Retro Bassin, we are going to be running around this local show for a couple quick hours with a couple of different objectives in mind. First and foremost is we want to film some of the great collections that are here. I was actually talking to show organizer Blake Taylor, who is a bomber aficionado, and he was talking about some of the great displays here in addition to his bombers. There's going to be a great display of Heddon tadpoles, some folk art lures, we've got plenty of old school Heddons, and plenty of Texas baits. In addition to that, anytime these two come to a tackle show, they're always looking to pick up some scores themselves. So I've got a little bit of cash on hand, and we're going to give it to them to have them run around and see what kind of things we can find. So before this show gets too far down the road, Caroline's already worried about missing out on some lures. We're going to hurry up, get on inside, and we'll see you in there. All right. Where are we?
We're at the tackle store. That. I don't know.
Caroline's ready.
Yes.
What do you say? Oh no, look at this. Oh, see, we got a nice display. So wait, these are all, look at this, $2 each.
Wow. Look at that frog.
Ooh, look at that frog.
That's a nice frog.
That was a real nice frog.
I like that frog. That's $2. This is a big one.
These are crazy.
And this frog.
What's up, man? How you doing? Pretty good. Finally did. We hit a little traffic today.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we did.
It's a nice one.
I'm not ready to go home.
Oh yeah. So you guys you're all only in here just today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
then we were in the hotel for 2 nights.
2 nights doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So is this all your stuff here? So where are all these lures from? These are cool looking.
Arkansas.
Really? Okay.
They're woods.
And are they older?
Yeah.
Wow. Arkansas. What's the name of the maker?
I don't even really know what they're called. It's like Dipsy Doodles, and you got Spot Tail Minnows, Doodle Lars.
Okay. I'll take an old crankbait. That's cool. I like that a lot. What do you got, Caroline? Oh, that's a nice one.
Tiny frog pattern guy.
I like that.
It's also cool.
Oh, now that one actually. Yeah, so this one, actually, we just saw this one in a video. So this is an old Norman, I think.
Yeah, Norman. Wait, is this an actual wood? Oh no.
I'm gonna grab. I want that one. That's a nice. These are nice.
Look at this. Look at wood.
These are the Normans, I think, right?
Yeah.
That's made by Woods too.
Is it? Okay.
Or no, those may be the Gilmore.
That's the Gilmores,
the
right?
Gilmore. Yeah.
I think those look like the Gilmores.
I like this wood.
Yeah.
We'll have to grab some of them.
But like these, when those 4 down there, those aren't Woods.
Okay, Woods is the name of the company?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yeah, I do like that frog.
Like that
I
frog?
think I like that.
So we'll go with those guys there.
Retro Bassin! We watch your
How you
stuff
doing?
all the time.
Really?
All the time. And I was
now
like,
you're on it.
all right. I was like, oh my God, he needs to come to the Temple show.
We did come to the Temple show. We hit some traffic, but we're here finally.
Wow. Oh, that's so cool.
So this is
Have you seen
Caroline and
the show?
Waylon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. See where it says like 25 feet. So if you're, what you do is you drive the boat real slow and you fish off the back of the boat and you troll it and you let it just go and they dive. They wiggle and they dive. And it's called the catchingest lure of all times.
Wow.
If you look on the paperwork, it tells you that.
Nice. That's a nice one.
Yeah. So I want your children to pick out some lures and take them.
Oh, wow.
My husband and I used to have a website called Lone Star Lures.
Okay.
We used to sell them, and my brother created the website, and it was so popular that people would call us from Australia, and they thought that we owned the company. And we said, no, we're just collectors, because it's like, I need 10 in the scale pattern or the frog pattern. And I'd say, I don't have 10, I only have 3. Yeah. And I said, well, I'm going to a show, so check back next week. And they called next week, did you get any? And I said, yep. And it was fun. But so take one that's in the box so that you know what size it is. But take this one, okay? You can pick whatever color you want, but make sure you get at least one that tells you how big it is.
Yeah, I do like this color.
Yeah, that's good for stripe.
What do you got?
This is one of the really big ones to go really deep.
Here's one here. So did you get a gold one? Here's a silver one. Let's get a gold one and a silver one. So
Those are old Bens from Michael Bacon. So
yes,
hold on, you guys have a ton of old Bens.
My husband's an old Bens collector. And those over there.
Oh, wait, what is this?
Oh, these are the paperwork that goes inside the box.
Yeah, look at that.
So if you look, you probably have 2. Okay. So this is where he is now, Flournoy Lucas. So you want to look for paperwork that's older than that.
Have you guys been to Bacon's?
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
a great place.
Have you been in the back?
Yes. These here are Smithwick lures. These were Ben Bacon's. His best friend was Jack Smithwick, and if you look, a lot of the Smithwick lures look very similar to these old Bens. And what happened was Jack Smithwick had a paint booth where they painted the lures, and his paint booth caught on fire. And so he had to go over to his buddy Ben Bacon's, and they actually painted. He let him. Now they were competitors, but he let him use his paint booth, and so they would paint in the morning. One would paint the lures, and in the afternoon, the other one would paint his lures. So if you look, a lot of the colors are very similar. But these are Smithwick, and these are Old Ben's. These are Old Ben's over here too. Do you see any that match the colors?
Yeah.
But the thing is, these are all hand painted. So yes, they're all hand painted. The ladies used to sit at the table and they would paint them. And so if you look, let's see if we can find any. What happens is you might like yellow. So you paint, oh, these are fun. These are called high rollers. And,
I don't see too many of those.
And Mike Bacon taught us a trick. Okay, so I got them all hooked. But what it is, come on, they have a weight on the bottom, and so when you fish it, it sinks like this. So Mike Bacon from Bacon's Tackle told my husband, you take this little ball and you put it up here. So now it goes this way, and boy, it goes, and the action is totally different. So if you fish, you need to take some of these. Wow. These are great lures. Here, let's give you some different colors. Here's a black one. So we're going to give you these two. What? Yeah, we're going to give you these two, but you gotta try to put the weight up there. Your dad can help you because it's going to change the way it swims totally. Wow. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. It's fun.
Those are nice colors.
What'd you get? Oh man.
Look at this.
See, here's another color.
Oh, is that a devil's toothpick?
Yep, that's a devil's horse prancer.
Oh, that's a little one.
Little one, smaller.
It's not quite the horsefly, but that's small.
Nope, and then you got a scooter here. This is a little guy, but he's a diver because he's got the lip. But he's plastic. These are all wood. These are from like the 1970s.
Get one of these.
Look at that. That's a good one.
Huh?
Wow, those are nice.
Yeah, those are neat, huh?
Those are awesome.
Well, seeing as how your dad has a fabulous show, I just gave you $50 in lures for free because you're a kid and you're fishing. So there you go.
It's like the score of the century there. A nice little carrot top.
That's a
wow,
great.
look at that.
And we're going to give that one to your sister because you got some
Caroline, you got a carrot top. Oh, that's a honey of a bait there. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice. Looks like a little popper, sort of, but like.
It is like a little popper.
It is. Yeah. Kind of like a popper, but not a
Tell you what.
Look at these shapes. Okay, black ones. And then
Good thing we staggered in here. Oh my goodness.
See, you had no idea what you were walking into, did you?
No.
So now this one, this is their version of like the Zara Spook. What was this one called?
I don't know. It should. My husband could tell you. I don't know. But
I forget. Yeah, I forget what the name of this. You don't see this one too often.
No.
But that is all wood. It's got the Smithwick eyes on it.
Because it's not a tour mag, because a tour mag has a rounded head.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Oh, that's a Smithwick.
It's a Smithwick though, yeah.
So I'm not sure what that is. It's called Pearl.
Oh, wow.
That's a neat color.
Take one of those.
Whoa.
That belonged to a very good friend of mine from Houston.
Okay.
So we're going to let you have that one because she was a very special lady. She was actually from Louisiana. Her name was Sheila Saxton, and her husband was Jimmy Saxton, who's world famous bass fisherman in Texas. So that's a very special lure.
Let me see that one, Caroline.
Wow, that's nice.
You need to hang on to that one.
That one's gonna go in our display case.
Yeah, I would.
We're not gonna fish for that one.
$50, 22.
Whoa.
All this all the way around. Check it out.
165.8.
I've sold months of them.
Holy smokes.
These were all full when I got here this morning.
Really?
See these in 3 different props.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You'll see it in this prop, you'll see it in the floppy prop like these, and then you'll see it in the little round props.
The Mickey Mouse prop. Yeah.
These are stamped Heddon Dowaggi.
That one's the one I don't see as often, that prop.
They only made this 1 year.
Okay. Wow.
And then this is just sort of a hodgepodge. Now, most of these Bayou Boogie looking ones, are they Bayou Boogies? Or are they Picos?
We got Bayou Boogie, Tackle Industries,
Yep.
and Swimming Minnow.
Okay, all mixed in.
And all those, if you look down there, you'll probably see, if you see a Pico perch, it has different eyes than the other three. These have a flat eye.
Let's see.
It's kind of flush.
Okay.
90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 130, 140, 150, 150, 150,
Let's see.
150,
So these are $4 each for all these. So these are Whopper Stoppers here?
170.
Yeah.
And some little mud bugs. Now what about, is that a Gilmore? It's not, it looks like a Gilmore, but
I don't know who the maker is on that.
it says something on the bottom. I can't read the Ray-Bans.
It's Kobe Chug. Say Chug.
What's the name on it? I don't remember.
Chug.
Something Chris or Chug? Something Chug?
Chubby Chug.
Chubby Chug? That's cool. So we got some good baits here. All these for $4. Some big Arbogast mud bugs. Some really small hellbenders, and so 4 each, or if you get 5 more, $3 each.
Wow.
All right,
I like this guy.
Well, that one is the old Heddon I believe that's a Head Hunter plug. That's a goodie. We got some Storm Hottentots.
What is that?
That one is a top water popper of some sort.
Okay. Look at the lip on that.
Yeah, that's a deep diver there. So let's see here. What else we got? We got a bomber, speed shad. Looks like that.
This is Atlantic.
An Atlantic. Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
This is
Who makes
called
that? That's cool.
That's the company.
Oh, Atlantic. Okay.
This is a Swanee out of Oklahoma, I believe.
Which looks a whole lot like the Pico perch.
Yes, it does. Those 4 right there are Pico perch on the end.
Oh, wow.
And spotted. And if you look at the eyes, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
The eyes kind of stick up.
They do. Okay. So these are all Picos here.
These are all Swimming Minnows and Bayou Boogies.
So Picos. These are the swim minnows because you can tell.
These 4 and this one are Pico.
Yeah.
Okay,
the rest are different.
So if the Pico's got the eye that goes out, the swim minnow has you feel it, but it goes in.
Bayou Boogie.
And then the Bayou Boogie, now, there you go. So that's, the swim minnow's a little bit thinner than the Bayou Boogie.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's the Pico perch there.
It's a nice purple.
Dad's gonna grab that
I've
purple.
got a Pico display over there too.
Woo! Very
I'd
cool.
get that purple.
I'm grabbing, and I like that. Well, that's a cool one.
Whoa, what is that?
It's like metallic looking.
That's cool.
Look at that. That's a good one.
Frog.
So man, that's awesome. So look at all these. So these are all $4 each, or 5 or more, 3 each. So that's a ton of Picos, swimming minnows, and then like that's a Bayou Boogie, I think.
Aquasonic.
Oh, the whole idea. That's like that one, but it's got a hole in the middle of it. Isn't that cool?
It's a hole full.
It's just create disturbance in the water. Check out these. Ooh. Now that's a funky color.
Whoa.
Some good old hula poppers there. Look at that.
I would get that.
Woo!
We got a few in here that got side stamps instead of back stamps.
Ooh.
Like that.
Oh yeah.
The frog.
Look at that.
A frog
Yeah,
will
that
pop
one
up.
too.
You need a little
Side
skirt and you're
stamp.
good to go on those.
Yep.
Wow. How much is that?
I think those are 5 each.
2.
Oh, 2 each. 2 for the hula poppers.
I might get a frog hula popper.
Yeah, you probably should.
I don't know. That's a nice. What kind of skirt would you put on that? A green one?
Is that a repaint or is that just
That's
the way?
an Atlantic, I believe.
An Atlantic, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like a hula pop.
Knockoff.
That's cool. Woo! Oh, look at this, the Arbogast Dorado. I've been looking for that bait, actually, for a long time. And I never see it for $4, so I'm going to grab that guy. And at this point, I'm kind of committed to getting at least 5 of them, so I'm going to grab those 2. That's another nice Pico there. I like that color. That's a goodie. That one's going to walk as well.
There's a PICO side shed in the same color.
Oh, hold on. I might have to get the matching pair there. So we got that one. We got those three. I have some of the newer side sheds. I don't have an older one, actually. And what is that? And that's called what was that? Barfish, I think. I think I'm just gonna go the last.
Got 100 here.
Yeah, life. This color is supposed to be on the way with a chicken.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, lure number 5 for me is gonna be this guy. I'm gonna go with the classic PICO.
All right.
I like this color. If I can get her unhooked. Yeah, it's a goodie. All right, so those are my 5 right there.
15.
What a deal! Look at this. All these are these old Pfeffers.
Yeah, something all 40s.
Wow. The old spotted ape. You got a lot of them, huh? So now this is trying to think here. So there's 2 different versions of the Pfeffer, right? So there's this one. What's the name of that lure?
Yeah, those they did bananas. They did the shiners.
Okay. And these are the shiners. Now, are these guys floating baits?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
The most popular is, of course, the banana style top cast. That's what some of them call them banana, but they're called top cast.
Okay.
And they all came in envelopes like that.
Oh, let's check that out.
And his wife, handwritten every one of them usually. I didn't bring all. I got a whole bunch of stuff, Florida stuff.
Wow, this is a lot of Florida baits.
Yeah.
He had one color he liked, huh? Just variations of the same deal.
Yeah, this is tougher. The brown one. Those are a little tougher colors to find. That red and yellow. I don't have there's a leopard, and it's sold in the auction tonight. But wow. I sold one here a while back for $300.
Have you ever fished any of these baits?
Yeah, they're good fishing baits.
How do you fish them?
Yeah.
And which one do you like best?
Probably the greener, the silver colors.
Okay.
They're more, I think, and I've caught some on that red and yellow dot.
Okay.
Yeah. They're all good fishing baits, and this is a bait it's kind of more of a saltwater bait, but
look at that guy.
It's a real attractor, man, when you pull it through the water.
And is that a Pfeffer as well?
Yeah.
That looks totally different.
That's a cuda.
That's a cuda. Okay, that's a cuda. Gotcha. So then we got these are cudas, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are nice.
Yeah, these are cudas.
Wow. Now is this a topwater cuda?
Yeah.
Woo! $10 too. That's a good deal.
And they put some of them. They put lead in them, and some of them will still float.
Wow. Okay. So and then what do we have here? So that's
another cuda.
Okay. Sort of looks like a creek chub.
Yeah. There's some of the similarity.
Ooh, that color is insane.
They're wild.
How much is that guy? $25?
Yeah.
Oh man. That one might be that one. And that one. What's the name of that color? That's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Can't remember off the top of my head.
All right, I think that pair is going to come with old retro today. Those are nice. And then I wanted to grab one of these. So how much? What's the price range on the Pfeffers?
They're pretty much the same range.
$40.
I try to pace on condition, you know. So I think most of these are pretty decent.
They are. And then about 40 for most of them.
Yeah.
Nice. Except for 20 for some of those.
Yeah. Some of them got a little bit of a wire to them, not much. Like this bait, if it was Mann, it'd be quite a bit more money.
That's a beautiful one.
And I think that's called black snake. I can't remember for sure.
So which table is yours? So all this stuff and on the back side?
All the way around to that lady right there. And then
excellent.
All the rest is Jim. All the way up. We bring a lot of stuff.
Oh, so wait a minute. Willie's Worm.
Is that what that is?
That's the producers. We're doing a show on that. We hadn't done it yet.
Well,
But the producers, Willie's Worm, which
I didn't know who made that, but I have that in that size and the smaller size.
The smaller size. It's funny. So most of the producer stuff, they just ripped off the main guys, but they had one lure that was like original to them.
Yeah.
And these three are all. That's Willie's Worm right there.
So I think I have 3 of the large and 3 of the smalls.
Oh, very cool.
You can stump Don Vaughn. You've done something too. You've seen everything. You can stump you.
Yeah.
That's not really vintage though. That's like 1990s is when that thing came out.
Yeah.
Ah, so we got some Gilmores. How much for the Gilmores?
Gilmore's I was doing $4 for.
$4?
If they're nice. If they're clean.
Yeah, I like those. Those Gilmores are cool. I think I might yeah, we might go those 2 Gilmores. All right, I'll add these to the. All right. So let's keep on keeping on, man. Oh, look at this. Some nice man's baits, the old tail walker.
Great show. Go that color? If you get one. That color.
How much for the old tail walkers?
I did $2.
I like that color.
Yeah. Look at that, the old tail walker. That's a cool bait.
We grab these 2?
Yeah, grab those.
That's a nice red.
So we'll add those in.
The blue.
Ooh. Now these you don't see too often anymore.
Finest ones.
Not anymore. Into the Black Star.
Well, I got into the rubber black stars because they were kind of a low-end lure, but they had the coolness factor. And I've been to Canada fishing a lot.
Okay.
And I can't get even a pike to bite on them though. The jointed will once in a while, but they're the coolest lure ever. But that's why they go for $3 to $5.
We did a whole episode on the Rebel Black Star and actually caught some fish on Lake Travis in Texas.
Nice.
On them, but I think it was the yellow. I hit it on a rock and also started taking on water because it's a weird bait. I mean, the Black Star is just such a funky weird bait. But you've got a whole box of them.
No, this is the whole complete set of the small size.
Yeah.
And this is the one you want. That's the toughest.
The blue?
With the prism in it.
With the prism, yeah.
So if you get that.
That one is that one's kind of tough too.
Yeah, the rainbow's good.
The rainbow.
The motor oil.
And then
this one's called motor oil.
Bass motor. Ooh, yeah. Oh wow, that's cool. Look, motor oil. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
Can we get that one?
But they were made in the 80s. I have some for sale over here. This is the whole set for $100.
Wow.
And with the patches.
That's
a complete color set.
Think I should go for purple?
Well, I don't know. What do you think?
Blue.
That's super tough. Purple or chartreuse doesn't have any hooks. So I'd say blue or purple. I know that purple's pretty cool.
Go for purple?
Sure, go for purple.
Yeah, so we show up at all the NFLCC shows.
Yeah, okay.
And so we're a separate nonprofit, 501c.
So it's a separate one from the NFLCC.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
excellent.
And we're into the preservation of the history of antique fishing reels. And of course, we show up at all the big NFLCC shows to promote. See?
Yeah, I like that. So there's the. And do you sell reels too? Are these just for?
Well, these are mine. So like.
These are the ones. This is what I fish with. Nothing but stuff of this era.
Absolutely. So
the old ambassador.
I've seen your videos. Yep.
Oh, so you know that's the one. Uh-oh.
Donated.
What? Huh? The whole thing.
The whole thing.
The whole thing?
Are you kidding?
The whole thing.
And you got to fish with every one.
You got to fish with every one of them.
We'll make a giant video out of it.
What the heck? Can you believe that? Oh my gosh.
What? Oh
Does that work for y'all?
Yes.
Fishing it old school, this old stuff rules. Welcome to Retro Bassin.